Welcome to Mission Park Cares. Today we're going to celebrate students with dramatic achievements.
And then we're going to visit and see what's going on at the Las Casas Foundation.
We'll meet a mom who's helping students overcome dyslexia.
And we'll see a performance from the students from the Ballet of San Antonio.
But first, let's go to the Majestic Theater and see what's coming up with the Joci Awards.
This show is like the Tony Awards of San Antonio.
It's a fantastic show.
So fun seeing everyone do the thing that they do best.
It is these fantastic students who will blow you away.
Not only will you get a showcase of talent, but you will also get a huge showcase of true passion for what people are doing.
They could be in New York with the best of them.
So today is our Las Casas Foundation's Performing Arts Scholarship Program's Masterclass.
So we bring in Broadway caliber music directors, choreographers, all kinds of people who help put together an evening of entertainment at the Empire Theater.
And so this is the first opportunity for all of the finalists to be together before the production process starts.
And we also work with the students during the week to put together ensemble numbers, and we help craft a whole evening of theater.
This is absolutely our most competitive year, and these kids are hilariously talented.
It is incredible to watch it all come together, and these students are so dedicated.
It's awesome. It's truly incredible, and it's not only a wonderful evening of theater, but it's a great preparatory for students for college.
Not only do we have like 20 or 25 individual performances from all the finalists, we have group numbers, combining the talents of the acting, singing, dancing talents of everybody in the program. It's phenomenal.
I think I could say for all of us performing in the Joci Awards that we are performing to the best ability of ourselves.
Teaches them discipline, collaboration, group thinking, quick thinking, things that they can take into their everyday lives.
I'd say expect the best of the best at such a young age for all these young performers, and get excited because it's a really special experience to share with our community.
And these students are so dedicated and talented, and Las Casas Foundation is honored to be able to invest in their future.
Anytime you purchase a ticket to the Joci Awards or to any show at the Majestic and Empire Theaters, in a way you're supporting Las Casas Foundation.
The Joci Awards are May 21st at the Charlene McCombs Empire Theater. We welcome you to come and support these talented high schoolers. You can purchase tickets online at majesticempire.com or lascasasfoundation.org.
Dick, did you know that more than 20% of students need help with dyslexia?
That's what I've learned. So now let's go meet Jasmine Dean.
Dyslexia, something that's so important to so many people, and also some people very foreign. And I'm so excited to be here today with Jasmine Dean to introduce you to everyone here in San Antonio, to tell us about the magical, wonderful things that you're doing about dyslexia.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. It is a thrill to be doing this work in San Antonio. Celebrate Dyslexia is a 501c3 with a mission to celebrate, educate, and empower the 1 in 5 with dyslexia. And the way we go about that is with 3 major initiatives. One of them, of course, is to celebrate. So we look forward to partnering with high-profile partners here in San Antonio, and we have many that we're really proud of. We also have work in the medical field. We believe that parents need to have access to answers, and one of the individuals that's one of those legitimate individuals that gives answers to lots of different things as a child is growing up to parents is that pediatrician and the family practice doctor. And then we're also working with our education initiative, and that encompasses a lot of different projects, but the highlights of those projects is working with local universities in their teacher prep programs to make sure that every teacher is well versed in what dyslexia is, as well as the signs and symptoms. And we're also launching a school, a tuition-free charter school for individuals with dyslexia. We know that it is so hard to get interventions right now. So every individual on this campus will be trained in dyslexia therapy and interventions. and they'll be able to weave that expertise throughout their core curriculum classes.
You know, dyslexia is just, it's so important. And years ago, when I was in first grade, I failed first grade, and I couldn't read. But, you know, luckily I had a teacher that I ended up with that helped me discover that I had dyslexia. And what is that, right? And I went through programs that really helped, like you said, weave this into your day-to-day life as you continue to grow and be part of this great world. And what are some warning signs that now you have discovered that parents could look for in their children to know if they have dyslexia?
Absolutely. So the definition of dyslexia is that it is an unexpected difficulty with reading, writing, and spelling. So if you have a kindergartner or a first grader that's really struggling with decoding words and really understanding the sounds and the names of the letters and pairing those together and eventually blending different sounds and letters together, that is a significant sign or symptom of dyslexia. So really being proactive in identifying your child with dyslexia really gives them the best opportunities to be strong in literacy as soon as possible.
It's very obvious you are passionate about what you're doing in these incredible changes that you're making and improvements. What is it that drives that passion?
Well, it starts with being a parent, and we've watched our oldest really suffer in school, and we didn't know what we didn't know as parents. I don't just have one son, I have three, and all three are dyslexic. And I have learned so much along the way. So not only do I wish I could have offered this to my children, but in lieu of that, I want to offer it to everyone in our community. Go to our website, email me, my information is on that website. We will be having Dyslexia 101s that are virtual and in person that we would invite the community out to learn more about the definition, signs and symptoms, as well as next steps to take. So we are very eager to not just learn more as to how we can serve every stakeholder in our community, but bring on as many as we can to get involved.
That's so wonderful. And I want to thank you personally for everything that you're doing, not only for your own family, but for the entire community. And I know this will have a ripple effect throughout the state and hopefully the country. So thank you for planting this incredible seed.
It's my honor.
Kristen and I are so proud of all of our performing students this year.
We sure are. Let's go back to the Majestic Theater and get the rest of the story.
This year was a record high in applications. We received 232 applications. All 232 of these students came to the Charlene McCombs Empire Theater for a preliminary audition. We saw them one by one with panels of judges, and they had the very difficult task of narrowing 232 down to 28.
In the 14 years so far of our scholarship program, we have awarded over $1.3 million in scholarships for high school students.
We are sensationally proud that this last year we had two of our students, our Best Lead Actress and Best Lead Actor, make the top 10 at the Joci Awards. So that's the National High School Musical Theater Awards. And our leading actor actually won the entire competition.
I mean, with the scholarship money that I've gotten from Las Casas and from the Jimmys, you know, it's helped so much to be able to kind of pursue that now, which is something that I could never have even imagined I'd be doing a year ago.
My first introduction to the Las Casas Foundation as a whole was I was in about, I think, between 3rd and 4th grade, and I remember I came here, me and my mom just said, let's just go see what it's about, because we didn't really know anything about it. And then we saw all of them perform, each dance, each song, each monologue, and then I was like, there's high schoolers doing this. There's only a few years separating them between me. And I was just in complete awe, and I was in shock that people my age were doing this type of stuff.
I don't know, it's like being a different person on stage. It's so weird, but so exciting, being able to kind of be in a different mindset of like, oh, this is my space, but also I can share this space with everyone else. And I mean, I can't do that in any social setting, so it's a nice experience to have.
I think to be able to give that much of yourself to one thing that you love is really, really special, and it's something that not a lot of people have. And so if you have that gift and if you have that dedication and that passion, keep going.
We offer workshops for students to take that audition selection and work through it with an instructor. You know, they really dive in.
Like one of the best experiences of my life, one of the most learning experiences. When you're in a room full of people who have the same goals and the same vision as you, you can't help but grow with them and alongside them.
It's been a journey to get where I am right now, but Las Casas has really helped every step of the way.
It is a Herculean effort to continue to award as much scholarship money as Las Casas does every year.
This year, at the 15th Joci Awards, we will be awarding $120 additional $1,000. And the finalists that are performing today, they are all recipients of scholarships.
We have grant support and corporate support, but we also receive, you know, anytime you purchase a ticket to the Joci Awards or to any show at the Majestic and Empire Theaters, in a way you're supporting Las Casas Foundation. And the intention here is to create a reserves fund so that we can continue to be awarding the most in performing arts scholarships in the country.
What's incredible about the scholarship program is while we hope that these performers go on to tour at the Majestic Theater or to be on Broadway, they do not have to utilize their scholarships for performing arts projects in the future. Our hope is that whether they end up on Broadway or not, they will continue to support the theater and be audience members and encourage a continuing future for the performing arts.
Dick, I just can't believe how many incredibly talented students there are.
It's so true. So let's go see what's happening at Ballet San Antonio. Kristen, did you know that May is Military Month right here in San Antonio?
Yes, I do. And there's a museum at Fort Sam Houston I want you to see.
Terrific. Let's go see.
We're here at Fort Sam Houston with Jackie Davis, and just a historical place, Fort Sam Houston Museum. And Jackie, before we get started, will you tell us a little bit about this picture?
Yes, this is a picture from the end of World War I. This is the soldiers that are the 90th Infantry Division, which was the local reserve unit, or will turn into that, getting their local hometown victory parade. So they made a temporary wooden arch in front of the Alamo, and they got to parade through that here at home.
Jackie, that's the Alamo behind it, but let's find out first, how did Fort Sam Houston originally get started?
Well, how it originally got started was not as Fort Sam Houston, but as the post at San Antonio. And about a month and a half before Texas became officially a state, the Army sent some soldiers out to scout and find a place for a quartermaster depot. They ended up in San Antonio, and the biggest building available that nobody was using was the Alamo. And so the Army started using the Alamo as a quartermaster depot, and then from that all else grew. And so we eventually moved out here. It wasn't until 1890 that we became officially Fort Sam Houston.
So why is it called a fort instead of a base?
For the Army, base is not something you call an installation. We generally would have camps or forts. This is a long involved thing, and it evolves over the many years. When we were originally founded, you wouldn't call what we had here a fort either. They called it a post. But by the time they got around to naming us, they were naming all of their large installations forts, and so it became a fort. What we are is a piece of real estate that was used as, in effect, a base. So this was a place where you had the headquarters for the region that we were in. It would have the hospital here. We had the quartermaster depot where the supplies were. We have the arsenal where the ammunition came from. There was a regiment that would be here, assigned here, and so that regiment would be directly involved in things. And so what we were the first in the 1850s, when we just became part of the United States, was fighting Indians. And so the frontier was like the west side of San Antonio.
We're inside the original fort. Tell us a little bit about this, and what can people find here?
So this is the oldest building on the piece of property that is now called Fort Sam Houston, but of course we've actually been in town since 1845 with those soldiers arriving just before the Mexican War. What we tell here is that story. So we start in 1845 with the arrival of the Army here, and we go chronologically through everything to where we are now. So we don't talk about the Army's wars, we talk about how the Army's wars affect Fort Sam and how Fort Sam has affected them, or have helped out in those. And so that's the story we tell. And so this is the oldest building here, and so this is the most appropriate place to have the museum, is in that oldest building.
So if people want to come visit the museum this summer as a family, how do they do that? Who do they talk to?
Okay, first off, the museum is open to anybody that can get onto Fort Sam Houston. So if you have military ID or a friend that you can bring along that has a military ID, you can come through any of the gates and they can come in with the ID. If you do not have something like that, then you'll need to talk to the people at the Visitors Center, which is the security police people here at Fort Sam. The museum is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4 right now. We're hoping eventually in the future to have Saturday hours again.
Jackie, thank you so much. You are a wealth of information, and what a treasure, and thank you for keeping the history that's so important to us in this community, and honestly, I think our entire country alive. Thank you very much. Next week is Mother's Day, and we invite you to pay tribute to your mom on Mission Park Cares.
Just go to missionparks.com and please upload your mother's photo.
We'll have some very special in memoriams that you can share with your family.
Thank you so much for joining Kristen and I today on Mission Park Cares. And remember, we love you.
And at Mission Park, it's our mission to care.